welcome back to the AGA studios. Today we'll be exploring relief sculpture. But you might be asking yourself, what is a relief sculpture? Well, it's a form of sculpture that is attached to the background but projects outward away from the surface in varying degrees. Some famous examples are the Elgin Marbles or Mount Rushmore. But there are lots of local examples too. So here in Edmonton, 9 Figures in Motion with a Puck by Henderson, just above the community arena at Rogers Place. Counterpoise by Carl Taçon at the Edmonton Police Service. Overflow by Brendan McGillicuddy over at the Collingwood Arena. Those are all examples of relief sculpture. If you've been to Calgary recently, then you might have seen the concrete murals just outside of the Glenbow by Roger Ulrich, another example of relief sculpture. Let's get started. For this exploration, we're going to be using modeling clay and a few other materials and tools. So what you'll see here is a selection of plasticine, and I pre-mixed a few colors just so that I had a good range of materials. You'll want a piece of cardboard to act as your base, and you'll want to cut that to the size that you want your final artwork to be. Some tools such as toothpicks or forks. I have a pencil crayon here, and then also a skewer. It could be a comb, whatever you have at home that you can find. You'll want a rolling pin or a piece of doweling. Just ask first before you use the rolling pin. And then you'll want some mixed media materials, and that can be anything that you can find at home. I have some glass beads here, some marbles, some buttons and beads, and a few other things in this little container. And then this is optional, but if you want some reference material related to your theme, then you can collect some of that. Sometimes it's helpful to kind of get you started, and you get to see what the possibilities are. When working with clay, there are 3 basic hand building techniques that you'll want to use. These are rolling, so either rolling your clay into long coils or snakes, or just even rolling them into little balls. There is pressing. So you can do this with the heel of your hand, or if you've got that doweling or rolling pin, you can roll it out. And basically you're just making a little slab or a pancake. And the final technique that you'll want to use is pinching. So pinching is just basically using those 2 fingers and just pushing around. And so I'm going to stick my thumb into the clay and just pinch it around, and I'm making a little pot here. Practice these techniques and build up a store of each one. This allows you to play around with placement and warms up the clay for easy application. Plus, it's a great hand workout. When building your relief sculpture, there are 2 considerations, the background and the foreground. The background will be the lowest part of your sculpture, where the foreground will be the most prominent. A good rule of thumb is to keep things in the background fluid and hazy, while adding lots of detail and texture to the foreground. Choose a theme. Will it be a landscape or a portrait? An abstract or representational artwork? The choice is up to you. For today, I've chosen an underwater theme for my project, and found some images online and in magazines of vibrant coral reefs. I'm going to use a pencil to sketch out my ideas on the cardboard, and that gives me the ability to think about placement and position. You may want to skip this step if you already know what you want to do, or you just want to wing it. Notice on my reference material that the background is mostly blue with a few white highlights. To achieve a similar effect, I'm going to pinch small, tiny blue balls of this blue clay and squish them against my cardboard surface. Next, I'm going to add some white for highlights and to add a bit of contrast. Ta-da! The finished artwork. Place it on an easel. Frame it in a shadow box. Give it as a gift or keep it for yourself. Art is something to be cherished, so display it somewhere where you and others can appreciate its beauty and marvel at your creative expression. Thanks for following along, and remember, there are no mistakes in art. Happy creating!